Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Pavel Semenov. I'm reporting automation engineer on Exness. And in the next 20 minutes, we'll shortly dive into the new feature of Tableau, which is called Viz Extensions. Okay, nice. Here is the agenda for this session. I am going to describe you what is Viz Extension and what do you need to know to start developing it. We will consider the anatomy of the Viz extension. We'll talk about the goal of this session and how and which data will be used to achieve this. And then I will show you step-by-step guide of how to build your own custom simple Viz extension. Let's start from the beginning. As you may know, Tableau has released a new version of their product this summer, and they implemented the new feature which called Viz Extensions, which this update, every Tableau developer got an ability to create, manage, and publish their own Viz extensions, their custom visualization types, and use it in their dashboards. It's important to know what the technical stack we are going to use for it, because we're going to create this one during this session. You should be familiar with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for development charts. Also, it will be great if you already know some JavaScript libraries, such as D3 for development charts more fastly, out of the box. What else? You should be a bit experienced in the work with the command line. And also, of course, you have to know how to build the chart in a Tableau using mark cards, because with extensions using only mark cards. Let's talk about anatomy of the Viz extension. There are three separate important parts here. The first one is T-Rex file. It's, let's say, XML manifest with the technical details which help us to connect our extension to the Tableau. The second one is HTML. It's just a web page where our chart will be shown and nothing more. And the third one is a JavaScript. JavaScript file. It's our brain of this extension, because here we are getting data from Tableau, here we calculating, and here we drawing our chart. Let me talk about two technical aspects here, because was good. Yep. Okay. About two technical aspects here. First one is we're in development stage, so we need to run a local web server by this command in the command line, and we need it to make it accessible by the link in our web browser by localhost 8080. And the second one technical thing, that we need to open our Tableau desktop in a specific mode, in debug mode, by these commands, and we need to pass the port for this, and then we can track every changes in our extension. So we can print any logs, print errors, print any data from this extension, and we can track it right in our browser by localhost 8696, because we put it here. Let's move to the next, about mission and data. Our mission for this session is to create the custom chart type and explore company employees' performance by their performance metrics. So I've created a small data source for this to solve this task. It contains only three fields: employee, metric, and value. So let's imagine that we have 3 employees, Sarah, John, and Kevin, and we have 6 metrics, performance metrics. And we measured our employees by these metrics. Metrics ethics, problem-solving skills, punctuality, job skills, communication skills, and how we play in a team. So to solve this task, I decided to create a custom spider chart because Tableau doesn't have this one out of the box, and all workarounds are not so easy for implementing and using. Just to remind, spider chart or radar chart is a way to show multiple metrics for one object or variations between the separate objects in terms of their metrics. Let's start from the empty extension. I've created the T-Rex file from template, so it now contains only technical data such as name of the extension, description, after, etc. But the most important part here is source location, because here we pass here we provide the path to our HTML file where our chart will be shown. So without this part, our extension will not work correctly. About HTML, this is a final version of our HTML, so I will not show you on the next steps. It contains a link to our style file. It contains our Tableau extension JavaScript library. It helps us to communicate with Tableau extensions API for getting data from Tableau and using it in our extension. Also, you can see the div tag with ID my database. We will show here our chart. And also I've added the refresh button to easily update our chart on each change in our code. And the JavaScript, too many lines, but the important part is we need to initialize. It's here. It's here. We need to initialize our extension first. Then I've created the two new functions, one for getting data from Tableau, I mean getting data from our data source, and getting settings of our extension. That's all on the left side, and on the right side I've created a random plot function. It's needed, we will upgrade it step by step, but on the first stage I decided to show only one label, Hello Cyprus Tableau user group. It's here. And let's see how it looks in the Tableau desktop. As mentioned, the Hello Cyprus took in the middle of the worksheet, the refresh button on the top right corner. And also we see here two marks. We see it's by default, so we don't need to add it, but we can't remove it. So just use it if needed. Let's move to the step 2. In step 2, we would like to draw the spider net of our spider chart. For this, I need to add some new code to our T-Rex file. I highlighted it here. So I decided to add a new mark, which I called axis. You can see the result of this small block of code on the right side. We created a new mark called axis. Now let's see how data looks if we drag and drop some field to this mark. Now we see 6 elements in one array, and each element contains ID and axis that we created previously. So, for example, for this item, we have axis team player. So we drag and drop metric from our data source, and the first element is team player. So we have 6 elements in array. It's our 6 metrics from data source. How to draw the spider net? First of all, we need to draw the polygons with the different, let's say, radiuses. like this. I put the placeholder of the function, how to draw it, with the comments. Then we need to add the radiuses from the center to the vertices, like this. I'm not sure you see this. Okay. Yeah, again, I put the placeholder for the function, and then we would like to add the labels for each vertex. And how it looks in a Tableau when we drag and drop metric to the axis mark. Yeah, it's like mentioned previously. Let's move to the step 3, because on the step 3, we would like to add the area with the values based on our data source. So for this, I would like to add the new block of code to our T-Rex file to add the values mark to our extension. And the result on the right side, sorry. And how data looks now. For now, it's very close to the previous one, but for now we have also values here. So now we have ID1, we have team player as a metric, and 76.7% for the values. What it means? So I just to highlight, we getting this data when we dragging and dropping something to our marks. So this is the final aggregation of our value. For example, if you drag and drop some value to the mark, you can drag and drop it as a sum or as an average or minimum or maximum, and this is the final value. In this example, I have drag and drop it like average. So this is the average for team player in our data set. Let's keep in mind team player 76.7. Then how to draw the area? We need to create 3 separate functions. It's very easy. One function for drawing the area itself. The second function for drawing the area points. So 1 point for 1 vertex. It's like a small circle to be more native and close to the regular dashboards charts in Tableau. And the last one is the area label. So the one label for, in our example, it's a value, for example, 76.7%. Let's take a look how it works in Tableau Desktop. So when we drag and drop, we see the area. So this is, we can see here that this is the average. And we see that team player has a value 76.7 as previously mentioned. Now we have the, let's say, average area across our employees. But of course, we have 3 employees, and we would like to detect who is the best performer in our company. So we would like to add multiple areas, not only one with average. So for this, I would like to add the new mark, which called color. You can see the small block of code on the left side and the result on the right side again. I decided to call it color because it's very close to native charts in Tableau. So how data looks now? Now it's already an array of 18 elements. Why it changed? Because now we have 2 dimensions. We have 2 dimensions. We have 1 dimension for employee and second one for the metric. And now we have all combinations of these 2 dimensions. For example, on the slide, you have the first element with ID1, team player, Sarah. So Sarah is a team player for 100%. Let's keep in mind how to change it. We need to modify our previously created functions to convert our new array of 18 elements to the 3 separate arrays of 6 elements to create the 3 separate areas. 1 area for 1 employee. So how it looks after modifications? Let's drag and drop employee to the color mark. And now we see already 3 separate areas split by color, and each area contains has the circles on the vertex and the label. I didn't add here the legend, but as you remember, Sarah is a team player for 100%. So Sarah is, it seems, is blue for now. And well, I can say maybe she is the best performer, but she is very low, has very low punctuality. So, but we can provide it to experts, and they will decide who is the best performer here. We're almost done. The step 5 is for extension settings. So when we have the custom marks, if we clicked on it, we will see nothing, because no any pop-ups here, because Tableau doesn't have any information what we need to see here. For this, as an alternative, we can create the format extension button to create a new window with all extension settings. So like a new HTML with all extension settings. For this, I have added the new small block of code on the left side, and the result again as at the right side, format extension button. But now we need to code it. We need to adjust the logic how it goes. So for this, I need to adjust my initialization process. I need to pass configure key here with a function that will open new window, show us the settings that we need, and apply the settings and close the window. So, and I put the configure function here with a placeholder with the comments. And plug this, we need to create the separate HTML file for this window and JavaScript file, because we have new window and we need to know how it looks and how it works. Let's see how it works, how it goes in the Tableau desktop. When we click, I have added only two settings, one for labels font size and values font size. Let's see how it works. On apply, yeah, we changed the font sizes for labels and values, and change it back. So I'm happy to say this is it for the extension, but we have one last question: how to use it? We are on development stage now. How to use it, how to publish it? And the answer from my side is I didn't test it on a production environment, but because we didn't upgrade our Tableau server on the latest version in our company yet. But I got some information from the Tableau portal, and you don't need to publish it on a Tableau exchange. It's not needed. It's not required. You can keep using it locally. To do this, you need to set up a not local web server, but a global web server. I mean, inside your company. It can be in the company infrastructure. So you need to migrate your local host, your extension from the local host to global web address, let's say. It's needed to make it accessible for your Tableau server or Tableau cloud. And of course, you need to adjust your Tableau server or Tableau cloud. I mean, you need to add this new web URL to the, let's say, trust sources for Tableau server or Tableau cloud. I also dropped some links here for Tableau server and Tableau cloud again. So I think this presentation will be available in a couple of weeks, and you will be able to explore it by yourself. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Now we're going to the Q&A session. Before this, I moved to the last slide. On the left QR, you can get the content of this session. I mean the repository with the extension code that you can explore if you want. And on the right side, this is my contact. This is my social. So don't hesitate to contact me and say hi or ask me anything. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is it possible to do action filters or whatever with this type of visualization? Does it has API for it?
It's a good question. My answer is I don't remember about actions. 100% you can use the filters, any filters. So you can, I can show you actually how it works because I have it here. So you can, for example, if you want to filter, for example, metrics, you can use it as it's very native. So you can use it out of the box. Yeah. About actions, I'm not sure, but seems I didn't test it.
I mean, you can click on it as well. Yeah, actions in terms of not applying to this visualization, but making actions from this visualization. Is it possible?
I know that I can use it like from another action, filter this one.
Yeah, but vice versa.
Yeah, but vice versa, I didn't test it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the question.
And once you have all this set up, can you use it with any data source that you want?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So you can connect any data as you want and continue. Like it's like very close to native chart. So you can use it with any dashboard, with any data source from the, I don't know, Google Sheets or Vertica or Trina, whatever.
Thank you.
Question about, is it possible to maintain somehow accesses through these extensions? To actually, if you publish, to fetch who is exactly using and show only partial information, to set up it via this.
You mean inside the company? Or what do you mean?
I mean...
So, for example, if you implement this chart to your dashboard, so you can access, you can provide access like in any other worksheets.
But I mean, not so granular level, not on a granular level. I mean, it not give you any additional possibility to work with accesses.
Yeah, as I know, no.
Is it possible to create something like line rating chart or something dynamic?
Dynamic? What do you mean dynamic?
With animation.
Ooh.
Chart with animation. If it...
I didn't play with it yet, but seems yes, actually, because there is no restriction here with to make animation.
Okay, thank you.